The ocean was too calm. Captain Rourke stood at the bridge of the freighter Erebus, staring at the GPS. For the third time that week, the coordinates placed them exactly where they had been days ago, 300 nautical miles off course. "Currents don't do this," muttered First Mate Alvarez, tapping the screen as if a jolt might force the numbers to change. Rourke kept his voice steady, though unease curled in his stomach. "Reset the system. We'll chart by stars tonight." But the stars offered no solace. Clouds thickened unnaturally, the horizon swallowed by fog. The sea looked like glass, perfectly still, as if the world itself held its breath. At dawn, a silhouette emerged ahead. A ship. Relief flickered until they drew closer. The vessel was a freighter, rust-streaked and silent. Its name stenciled on the hull chilled every man aboard. Erebus, their own ship. The crew gathered on deck, murmurs rising like gulls. The twin freighter was identical down to the peeling paint on its lifeboats. No distress calls, no movement, only silence. "Must be a trick," Alvarez whispered. But when a rope ladder dropped, swinging gently as if inviting them aboard, Rourke knew they had to investigate. He led Alvarez and two others across. The deck smelled of brine and rot. Footsteps echoed too loudly in the emptiness. Then they found the logbook in the bridge. It was Rourke's handwriting. Every entry matched their journey. Storms weathered, ports visited, even the petty squabbles of crew. The final entry was dated tomorrow. Alvarez's voice cracked. "Captain, it says we boarded ourselves today." The sound of footsteps rose from below deck. Familiar voices drifted upward, laughing, complaining, cursing, the same voices they'd heard every day at sea. Rourke froze as four figures emerged from the stairwell. His stomach dropped. They were staring at themselves. The doubles bore hollow eyes and salt-paled skin, as if drowned long ago. One of the other Rourkes smiled, lips cracked like parchment. "We've been waiting." Panic scattered the crew. Alvarez fled across the ladder but slipped into the sea without a splash, as though the water swallowed him whole. The doubles advanced, slow and inevitable. Rourke turned to run, but the deck warped beneath him, the board sucking at his boots like quicksand. His double reached out a hand. "Time to complete the voyage." The fog closed in. When the crew of the Erebus looked out from their ship, both vessels were gone. The cruise ship drifted across the dark sea, its engines long silent. The waves rose and fell with a slow, indifferent rhythm, pushing the vessel forward into waters that had not known a traveler in years. Metal and salt creaked against one another, the tired groans of a ship too far from port. Then, just past midnight, the sound began again. It started as a vibration in the hull, faint, almost mistaken for the groaning of steel stressed against water. But the resonance deepened. Plates and beams aligned into chords, and the ship itself began to sing. The melody was low, mournful, and carried across the open ocean. Water trembled around the vessel's bow, ripples spreading like concentric rings of sound. Each wave responded, catching the song and echoing it faintly until the entire horizon seemed to hum with the ship's music. Night after night, the song grew stronger. Bolts shook loose, railings quivered, and glass rattled with every note. The ocean seemed to listen. The ship's wake no longer faded but stretched endlessly behind it, as though pulled forward by its own lament. By the fourth night, the melody had changed. What began as sorrow shifted into something urgent, insistent. The pitch sharpened, echoing like an organ in a hollow cathedral. Fish rose lifeless to the surface in its path, their bodies trembling with the vibrations. Beneath the keel, the darkness stirred as if the deep itself had been called awake. Fog gathered. It did not roll across the surface like weather, but rose straight from the sea, pulled upward by unseen hands. Wrapped in its own mist, the ship sang louder. Its decks throbbed with resonance, windows glowing faintly as vibrations passed through them. The melody twisted, no longer a song but a command. The ocean obeyed. Waves lifted, not with wind but with rhythm. Swells struck the hull in time with the ship's own notes. The vessel moved faster, propelled not by engines but by its voice. Ahead, the water darkened, an expanse blacker than night, as though the song were steering it toward some vast hollow in the sea. When dawn should have come, no light broke the horizon. The melody thundered one last sustained note, stretching across water and sky. The sea answered back with silence, and then the ship was gone. Only the faintest echo lingered, a vibration rolling through endless water, waiting for something else to sing in reply.